Hey Tech Besties, welcome and welcome back to kaetalkstech. I'm Kay, owner of Kay Info Tech Consulting and Services. Let's talk tech. Today I want to talk about this particular resume issue that some people had already, but more and more people are starting to have this issue. And that's the issue of multiple jobs within a shorter span of time, right? So let's use 5 years as a span of time. It used to be that if you had 5 years on your resume, you probably worked for one, maybe two companies most. Um, I'm a consultant who has had periods of time where I worked for a new job every year. Sometimes I go in, it's a 6-month contract, and I leave, and then I go into another 6-month contract. So that can be two jobs in a year. And one thing I've faced is people being apprehensive to hire me, even as a consultant, because they see multiple jobs within a year, or they see jobs under a year long. And one problem that people seem to have is they don't understand that their experience is not the same as someone else's experience. So in their mind, if they see you've moved multiple times, you're either one, don't know what you're doing and you keep getting fired, or two, you're a job hopper, just continually trying to make money. And both of those are a problem for them, right? Because that means that you're not going to stay in their minds. In their minds, it means you're not going to stay, and they're going to be going through this process all over again. And really, hiring people sucks. Okay, that's the truth. It's a lengthy process. You're already busy. You have a lot of things to do, and now you have to add in the chore of finding someone to add to staff. And now you got 200 resumes to go through. I've hired people. I've been through the resumes. I don't know why I haven't kept this in mind with my own resume, but now that I have it back in mind, I will certainly make an update. They're just going to scan. They're just going to scan. They're going to scan your resume. Anything I want to jump out, I put it in bold. Okay? Sometimes I'll even use italics, because especially when I'm tailoring my resume to a specific role. Sometimes the consulting recruiter will say to me, well, I only see this on your resume once or twice. You know, as a business analyst, not everything is going to go on my resume. If I've worked with a security team, I have to. Every single application that I help to build, I have to work with security. And my resume is long. So rather than putting it on my resume 10 times, I'm going to put it in a general section. But I might have to change my resume for that particular role and take it out of the general section and put it on the specific job. So when somebody hits Control F to find that keyword, they can feel warm and comfortable inside that they see it multiple times. And that happens with consulting company recruiters, or just recruiters in general sometimes, because a lot of people hiring for tech have never worked in tech, and they don't understand tech. So how do you deal with this situation where you've been to a lot of jobs? It's not a lot to you. That's the way the cookie crumbled. But it looks like you're job hopping. How do you deal with that? Well, if you have the opportunity, before I answer the question for you, go in the comments, write in the comments what you think you should do. Let's have a dialogue on this to an extent. One thing you can do is just explain, and I've done this, just explain to the person interviewing, I'm not a job hopper, I'm a consultant, right? So I'm more senior, and when people hire me, they hire me because they have a problem that they need fixed. So after I fix the problem, it's time to move on. Not every consulting role is something you can be in years and years and years. Then some people don't know that financial services companies have a term limit because of some lawsuit that happened some time ago. So you have to explain to them that most financial services companies, the larger ones, you can't be there more than a year. Some do 18 months. There's a couple that do 2 years. but mostly it's a year. Um, and then um, I've and this worked immediately, even better than what I've just said. Well, I've said, well, I'm senior and I have a higher rate, so that makes me a target for layoffs. And so that's what happens. And they understand that because they're the people who do it, always trying to get the rate down. And that's something that happens to consultants. They'll say they let such and such a person go because his rate was too high. Really? I don't know why people think it's not okay for you to make money. It's more than okay. I love it. They should have made that my middle name. What? But then I'm a Capricorn, so hard work, dedication, make some money. Okay. So here's my last tip for what you can do if you have a lot of roles in the last few years. So yesterday I was reading that someone said that a friend of theirs, a colleague of theirs, that well, actually it was a recruiter talking about the hiring manager she was working with, and she sent a resume that had the skills, and the person didn't even want to interview her because she had been laid off 6 times in 6 years. But that's what companies are doing, laying off. But here's something you can do that could help. Purchase an LLC. Create an LLC. You can do it right online in your state. Go to your state website in the finance or business section and find out how you do it. You don't need to hire anybody to do it. It's just doing some simple paperwork, and you do have to do paperwork every year to keep it up. But if you don't use it, you don't make any money on it, you don't need to pay any taxes on it. So, but yeah, open an LLC and then put that entry on your resume with all those other companies beneath it and say, I was a subcontractor on these roles. So now you've grouped all of those different jobs under one company. Okay? Now, if you create your LLC today, the incorporation date is today, and those jobs happened before today. But I don't really think anyone's going to check the dates. They might check to see that you're an actual corporation, okay? But as far as checking the dates go, probably not going to happen. If it happens once or twice, don't worry about it. Keep it moving. You're going to have to be creative in the market. That's just what it is. Now, I just happen to already have a company, so I can do that. And then I did actually have some direct contracts, and I did some subcontracting. So I can group everything under my company. So yeah, that's how you can deal with that particular situation. That's it. That's all I have for you today. Like the video, share the video, follow the channel, reach out to me via kaetalkstech.com/contact if you want to sign up for some coaching. If you're a small business and you need tech help, you can reach out to me as well. And then come back here again and let's continue to talk tech. Bye.